My name's Tim Benjamin. My wife Angela and I have been attending church here since 1998, and I have been teaching in children's ministries that entire time. In addition, I'm your church champion for Father's Care, the ARC, which was in Kyiv, Ukraine. Obviously, they've been displaced now, so they're in Bielefeld, Germany, but historically they've been in Kyiv. And I've also been the president of the U.S. Board of Father's Care for the last 5 years. The kids and the staff spent much of the next 9 days in a bomb shelter across the street. They got some intelligence that they were probably going to be a target for where they were, and the Ukrainian government was able to help them get on a train. The pictures of the kids on what little possessions they had, just sleeping on the floor of the train and sleeping on each other, were just tragic. But they made it, obviously. They got to Poland. Poland had a very efficient processing system, and they were given a choice of where to go in Germany. Now, how the European Union was so organized so quickly, I don't know. I'm going to say it's the hand of God in this, because they were given choices that included being in a town where the government had building and resources ready right next to an already existing Ukrainian community. So the kids now, when I say kids, there's 16 kids and there's 6 staff members. They have a building all to themselves. Germany gives them a stipend for food and clothing. They have health care, and they have education. But it's not perfect. And on June 1st, I went out to go visit them just to put eyes on them, to be your church champion and see what it's really like there. And the whole time I'm thinking, what do the kids need? What do the kids need? What do the kids need? So these guys are going through a lot of stress in their life. If you take those stress tests with what changes in your life and rank them, these kids can check every box, right? They've moved, they have new relationships, they've lost relationships, their living status is variable at best. They are physically safe, they are physically comfortable, and God's presence and provision is abundantly there. But it still takes a lot of work to emotionally help them get through where they are. Well, who's doing that? It's going to be 6 adults. And I never for a second on my way there thought that the adults were going to be the ones we're going to need to focus on. It was 100% what do the kids need. But then when I was there, I saw that the adults are on a schedule, but they really can't get away. And it's a high energy thing because it takes a lot of care, a very specific kind of care, to be able to help these kids through the emotional difficulties they're going through. And what we saw is that they are just flat burnout already. These guys as caregivers literally sink every bit of energy they've got into the kids. And who's putting energy back into them? Who's breathing life into them? Nobody, because anything they're getting, they're sharing. And if we don't have the caregivers in good shape, it's going to be a problem for the kids. So that was my epiphany, is that as we got ready for VBS and we realized the money we were going to raise was going to go benefit the kids, the best way we can benefit the kids is to benefit the caregivers. As we collect the funds through VBS, we're going to make sure that goes to directly help the caregivers to make sure they don't burn out. So it's still going to benefit the kids, but because some of these things are going to be received directly by the caregivers instead of through the kids, we want to make sure that's really clean. We want to make sure it's isolated and traceable and trackable to know that what we're donating will go specifically to the need that we're trying to solve, which is caring for the caregivers. For the kids, the theme is changing the world with our change. So on Monday, we're going to bring in pennies and dollars. On Tuesday, it's going to be nickels and $5 bills. On Wednesdays, it's going to be dimes and $10 bills. And on Thursday, it's going to be quarters and $20 bills. On behalf of you as your church champion, I need you to know how appreciated what you've done already is. It has been fantastic, and you as members of the congregation need to be very proud of what's been done already to take care of these kids and these caregivers who've done nothing wrong. They were just caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you've really stepped up to show God's love. And that's the whole theme this week, is make waves throughout the world, and genuinely appreciative for the waves we've already made with those kids. Thank you.